do, everybody? Glad to have you with us. Welcome to football action as the new Trier Trevians take on the Maine South Hawks in Central Suburban South Conference play. And we're set for the kickoff. Maine South will kick off to the Trevians. And deep. Scoter has it at the 5. Dipsy Doodles a little bit up to the 20, and that's as far as he'll go. So Charlie Scoter starts things off. A couple of men move around a little bit for the Trebs. Quarterback keep, and McCaffrey straight ahead. Gains about 7. And not much there. On the handoff.
Garrett, the ball carrier.
Pass over here near side, complete to Spencer Cotton, spins away. Gets up near midfield, but not quite into Maine South territory. First down for the Trevians at the 49. McCaffrey goes to the far side and incomplete. He was tripped up. Awfully close to pass interference, I would think. They didn't call it. Straight ahead.
Number 34,
Jordan Garrett, the ball carrier. The pass and knocked out. Incomplete. And that'll bring up a 4th down. And Scoter kicks it away. And taken at about the 11 and met by a host of Trevians immediately. And it's first and 10 for the Maine South Hawks at their own 10-yard line. Spread offense. Looking to pass. Up the middle. Pass bobbled and complete. Up around the 30-yard line. Again at 20. First and 10. For the Hawks. Roll out over here to the near side. Pass is complete. Spins away and gets another first down. And finally brought down at the 42. First and 10. Maine South on the move early on in the game. The handoff. And a pickup of about 1. Second down 9. And a big hole. Cut to the outside. Then back in. He gets the first down in Trevian territory. Down at the 47. First and 10 for Maine South. The pitch on the option. And another first down.
Number 33, Wade Bertelman.
Down to the 33-yard line. And again, the handoff. Big hole. Down inside the 20 to the 19. Quarterback keeps it. He got crushed. right at the line. No gain. 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. Goes up the middle. Pass is complete. And in for the touchdown. Brown caused the fumble. Got it in for the touchdown. And the try on the PAT. And the kick is up. And it be good.
The kick is good. Maine South.
And first possession, Maine South scores. 6:23 to play in the first quarter. And we're set. And kind of a squib kick. Picked up again by Scudder. Scudder finds a hole. And nice run back. All the way down inside the 35 to the Maine South 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Trevians there. Nice run by Scudder. Straight ahead. Not much there. Jordan Garrett, the ball carrier. Again, the handoff to Garrett. And keeps the legs going. Picks up about another 3 or 4. Make it 3. Matt McCaffrey. Pass is incomplete. Intended for Spencer Cotton on the near side. Back to pass. And McCaffrey tried to get it over everybody in the way. Incomplete. Turned over on downs. Maine South football. On the far side. And Andrew Hauser all the way over. I take that back. Well, Hauser, but also Jack Johnson. Came all the way across. Make the tackle. Gain of 2. Pass is complete, but on his knees. A little short gain. Third down. Handoff. Got the first down. And out past the 40 to the 42-yard line. Now spotted at the 43. The flare to the outside. And tried to turn the corner and couldn't get around the man. There was Jack Johnson over there with the tackle. Right smack up the middle. Big hole. Good yardage. And finally brought down inside Trevian territory at the 33-yard line. First and 10. Quarterback keep. And stays on his feet. And out of bounds at the 9-yard line. And on the handoff, inside the 5 to the 4. Handoff and in for the touchdown.
Number 33, Clay.
And the kick is up.
Number 40's kick is
And it is good. And with 1:08 left to play in the first quarter, it is Maine South 14 and the Trevians nothing. And the kick away, taken at about the 8. And again, a nice run back out to about the 33. Handoff and not much there. Couple of yards. Caleb Roth, the ball carrier, up to the 40 or 38-yard line. Straight ahead to about the 41. And that's the end of the first quarter. At the end of the first quarter of play, it's Maine South 14 and New Trier nothing. And we'll be back with more. Check out the Metro Chicago Sports Network website. We have all the games that we have put up on the internet. The list is there on the website. Texting while driving is illegal in Illinois. Stop the text. Stop the wrecks. A message in the public interest from the Metro Chicago Sports Network. You're watching the Metro Chicago Sports Network. And we back to the action. We're back. Trevians with the handoff, not much there. It'll be a fourth down. And the Trevs will kick it away here. Charlie Durbin's drop back to kick it away. And it is blocked. And picked up by the Hawks. Maine South has it inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. Far side, little dipsy doodle move, and in for the touchdown. And they try for the PAT. The hold, the kick up, and it is good. And the Maine South Hawks lead it 21-0. On the block punt, a kick away, and dropping back, pick up at about the 2 on the near side, and oh my, some great yardage out of this. And Scott Hamas all the way into Maine South territory at the 46-yard line of the Hawks. And going long. And caught by Spencer Cotton at about the 14. First and 10. And Mark Snyder was in motion. Pass over for him and just a little bit out of his reach. Or was that Hamas? One of the two. And McCaffrey will keep it himself and get down inside the 10. Or to the 10. Depending on how they spot that. Looks like just a little bit inside the 10. A handoff. And trying to go around end. And Hamas, the ball carrier, And now the Trevians try for the three-point play. The field goal. Durbin on to try for the three. The kick is up, and it is good. So the Trevians on the board, 8:28 left to play here in the first half. And it's 21-3. Hawks get it. Not much of a return there, but got to the 30-yard line. A handoff and slipped through the hole. Finally brought down from behind. Inside Trevian territory. They're going to spot it at the 47. And going long and wide open. Missed coverage and in for the touchdown. And scoring coming fast and furious here in the second quarter. And the kick is good. 7:59 left to play in the first half. And it's now 28-3. Maine South leading the new Trier Trevians. And offside on the kickoff. Drop back 5 yards. We'll do it over again. And the bouncing kick taken on the far side. Up to about the 25 and met there.
Number 7, Scott Thomas on the return for the Trier.
That was Scott Hamas with the return. And a fumble. Loose ball, and I think, do the Hawks have it? Yeah, I think Maine South got it. No, they didn't. Ground caused the fumble, they say. Incomplete. Pass on the near side. Intended for Michael Miller. McCaffrey back to pass. Throws and in and out of the hands of Miller. And fourth down. And the kick away. And taken at about the 45. And met right there. And that's all he got. No return. Pass is a bit low, incomplete. Second down 10. Back to pass. And I think that was supposed to be a screen, and that one didn't work. Incomplete. Throwing to the far side, and that's incomplete. So 4 downs and out this time round for the Maine South Hawks. And timeout taken on the field. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Glad to have you with us on the network. The kick away and touchback. And the Trevians will take over on the 20. Thomas in motion. McCaffrey looking to the far side and passes incomplete. Intended for Scott Hamas on the far side. Second down 10. And McCaffrey dipsy doodles a little bit. Got through the first line but brought down after a gain of 5. Back to pass McCaffrey. He's trying to go long. And just out of the reach of Spencer Cotton, and Spencer shaking up a little bit on the play. And that brings up 4th down. And the kick high and relatively short. And they drop on it inside Maine South territory at the 47. Go, a little movement. I don't know if they were drawn. They were drawn.
First down, 17.
I take that back, it was holding. Pass complete and ridden out of bounds right at midfield. The handoff and a big hole and off to the races. And another touchdown for Maine South. And the try for the PAT on the hold to kick up, and it is good. And it's now 35-3. And 5:03 left to go here in the first half. Rather lengthy first half here. And we're set for the kickoff. The kick away. And taken at the 10. And up to about the 25 or so. Well, there's threat of rain tonight in real time. We came prepared for it. But we have had nary a drop. Matt McCaffrey picks up 2, 2nd down and 8. Straight ahead on the handoff. Jordan Garrett, the ball carrier. Gets up to the 33. 3rd down and 2. Again, they hand off to Garrett. He got the 1st down and busts it. Stays on his feet. 20, 10, 5, touchdown Trevians. Jordan Garrett. I think everybody gave up on that one. Garrett kept his feet going and busted it. They kick up and good, and it is 35-10 on the touchdown and the point after. Taking it to 5. Cuts to the outside, avoids one tackle, and then Mark Lato finally brought him down. First and 10. And the pass overled. Going down the sideline on the far side. 2nd down. Hand off, stays on the feet, keep going. And up to about the 16-yard line. Maine South Hawks, flags go flying. And offside against the Trevians. That'll give the Hawks a 1st down. And again going long. And a bit overled, incomplete. Yeah, it's hard to believe after this week. There's only 3 more weeks left of the regular season. Big run, first down. And in those 3 weeks, the Trevians have Glenbrook South and a personal foul on the end of that, face masking. In those weeks, they have Glenbrook South, Niles West, that's homecoming, and Evanston. Back to pass. Throwing up the middle, incomplete. Second and 10. The pitch over to the far side. And close to the first down. Depends on the spot of the ball. Looks like they're going to spot it for the first down. First and 10 for Maine South. Man in motion. Handoff. Again, the big hole up the middle. And no, did not get the touchdown. He stepped out of bounds. At about the 1. Maybe half-yard line. And in for the touchdown. And the try on the PAT. On the hole, the kick up, and it is good. And with 1:13 left to play in the first half, it is now 42-10. Taking it about the 15, and Dipsy Doodle try up ahead to the 25. Backed his way in to the 25. That was Scoter. With a game like this, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some of the players we don't normally get to see here in the second half, as this one kind of out of control now. Over here to the near side, the pass is complete. And Scoter. And first and 10. Matt McCaffrey back to pass. Throws incomplete. McCaffrey back to pass again and sending it long. And off the fingertips. Incomplete. Metro Chicago Sports Network. Football action. And straight ahead, McCaffrey. And he is brought down at the 43-yard line. And that'll do it for the first half. So at the end of the first half, it is Maine South 42 and New Trier 10. And we'll be back with more here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. The Metro Chicago Sports Network. Don't forget to check out our great games of the past on YouTube. You can find out which games those are simply by going to our website, the Metro Chicago Sports Network homepage. And from there, you can go and find the great games of the past. And they are available on YouTube and the Internet. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Drive sober or get pulled over. A message in the public interest from the Metro Chicago Sports Network. You're watching football action on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. And the kickoff away, taken by the Hawks, and up to about the 33. That's where Maine South takes over. I'm sure they're going to keep it on the ground a lot. Not much gain. Second down. No gain. Pass up the middle and incomplete. And turned out there was a personal foul on the end of that. Roughing the passer, I think. Over to the far side. And out of bounds at the Trevian 42. Good for another first down, except that there was a flag on the play for holding. Well, back we go. And again, flags go flying. Incomplete. And backfield in motion, baby. Gonna have to penalize you. Had two men moving at the same time. And a sack. Michael Cernis got him. And gonna go down again. This time, Will Frankie. Oh, that makes somewhere around the Will County line for the first down. And going long. And incomplete. And fourth down. And somewhere around Kankakee for the first. Picked up on the near side. And a crunch on the end, and that's going to be a personal foul. And it's going to add another 15 yards to it. Well, you see how fast the refs got over there. That's because last week there was a major fight in high school football at Indianapolis. Literally, the coaches ended up going at it. And that was over that same type of play. And whoops. Is that a fumble? It is. That was supposed to be a pitch, and it didn't quite work. Well, the Maine South Hawks have it. Pass incomplete. And handoff, big hole. Off to the races. Hit. Bounced around, and no, they whistled it down. He got away, but they whistled it down at the 39. He stuck a knee out on the flare to the far side. Low snap. They'll bring it over here to the near side. Same play. And couldn't, second effort. Kind of dove ahead and picked up a yard. And trying to go long and incomplete.
Close pass is incomplete.
Gonna go for it. I think we're fourth out. Back to pass. And down he goes. And it is Trevians football. Hamas in motion. McCaffrey throws, complete. Inside Maine South territory, down to the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Trevs. Now the handoff. And I think that was Garrett. Again, Jordan Garrett. And to the 43-yard line, 42. McCaffrey. And close to the first. And it was a first down for New Trier. Gain of a yard by Matt McCaffrey. Back to pass. Throwing and incomplete. And 10 for Mark Snyder. Stepping back, throws, and incomplete. Again, back to pass. McCaffrey, and down he goes. And a big sack all the way back to the 50-yard line. And the Maine South Hawks take over. Straight ahead. Second down. And a big hole. Gets the first down. And down at the 38-yard line. But the flag on the play. And a personal foul. And 15-yard walk-off. And back we go. Make it holding. 10-yard walk-off. And a missed pitch. And the Hawks are backed up to their own 40. Pass to the far side, that's a screen play. But the Trevians were there for it. Always kind of tough to do a screen play on the stacked side, close to the sideline there. And fair caught? No. But not much. Hamas. Very little gain. Scott Hamas in motion. McCaffrey. And looks and under leads Hamas over on that far side. As we come to the end of the third quarter. And it's all Maine South, 42-10. We'll be back with more. The Metro Chicago Sports Network, now seen on the World Wide Web. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe and be a part of our action. You can also check out all the action on our website, the Metro Chicago Sports Network homepage. You either want to work to find out all those games on YouTube. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Sport a winning attitude. Be a positive role model. A message in the public interest from the Metro Chicago Sports Network. You're watching football action on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Fourth quarter. And getting a chance to see some players we don't normally see out there on the field. Pass is complete. Wow. Hamas, great catch. Yeah, step back. Throwing long over on the far side and intercepted. Taking it to 40, 50, 40, and still on his feet. Got down, well, stepped out of bounds at the 35. Oh, Maine South football at the Trevian 35. The handoff. And picked up about 2. Second down, 8. And down the quarterback goes. The Trevians did not buy the fake handoff. Back to pass. And going long, and it's complete but out of bounds. Over here to the near side, and incomplete. A juggler act attempt. And it is Trevian's football. And Grishow now on. Evan Grishow, and he bobbles his first handoff. Loss of a yard, second down 11. A high snap. And back to the original line. Third down. The show, throw, and incomplete. And that'll bring up a fourth down. So fourth down. The kick away. And rolls out of bounds at the 33. Low snap. Not a very clean one. And finally, after all the pushing and shoving, even after the whistle, a gain of about 3. 7 yards to go for the first for the Maine South Hawks. And slowed down, and then Trevians got there. Is that Will Frankie? I think so. Hand off. Cut to the outside. And got back to the original line. Maybe picked up a yard beyond that. And it's fourth down. High snap. They kick away. And Trevians will let it bounce dead. At the New Trier 38-yard line. First and 10. The pass complete to Mark Snyder. Pick up of about 4, 6 to go for the first. Scoter curls in and up to the 45. He didn't even, up to the 45. That's where I thought it was. Saw the ref spot it a bit shy of that. Got the first down. And to the Maine South 44. So first and 10 for New Trier in Maine South territory. Over here in the near side, Scoter. And Scoter spins inside the 38 to the 36. Make it the 37. Caleb Roth, the ball carrier. And down to the 31. Back to pass. Rochelle over here on the near side, and pass incomplete. Knocked away at the last second. And trying, miscommunication. Threw it between the two receivers. I wasn't sure which one he was looking for. And he'll take it himself and down to the 30. Maybe a little bit inside that. Long yardage for the first. And Roth, the ball carrier. And turned over on downs. Maine South football and a whoopsie. Fumble, loose ball, picked up by the Trevians and in for the touchdown. McDonough picked it up. And the try for the point after is up and good by Durbin. And with 2:21 left to play here in the fourth quarter, it is now 42-17. And that's a touchback. And the Hawks will take over on their own 20. Again, a bad snap. Running for cover and will run out of bounds. And I think he lost a yard or two on that. He lost 2. And nice job by the Trevians staying with it. On the option and on the second effort, picked up a couple. That'll bring up a fourth down. And the Hawks will kick it away here. And they're going to have to take a timeout. A little bit of indecision going on out there. Metro Chicago Sports Network. Football action, winding this one down. The kick away. And taken at the 48. And still on the feet. Nice job. And into Maine South territory at the Maine South 48. So pickup of about 4 off that. And Gouchal runs it to the 50, and that'll do it for the game. So the final score, the Maine South Hawks 42 and New Trier 17. Don't forget to check out the Metro Chicago Sports Network website and homepage. Well, sort of this game went south in a hurry for the Trevians. Maine South winning at 42-17 and are now basically going to have to win out the season to have a shot at any sort of playoff against Glenbrook South, Niles West, and Evanston. That'll do it for us for this game. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast, despite the outcome if you're a Trevians faithful. And for all of us, we say as always, thanks for watching and so long, everybody.